A simple list of the minimum conditions which make an election democratic, like everyone should have the right to choose representative. It means everyone has one vote and every vote has equal value. Political parties and candidates should be free to contest election and offer some real choice to the voters from the parties they have. The choice should be offered at regular intervals by conducting elections after a certain period. For example, in India, we have regular elections after 5 years. The candidate preferred by the people only should get elected. Elections are conducted in a free and fair manner where people choose those representatives whom they really wish. It means those representatives who they desire and who are in a condition to fulfill their requirements and listen to them at the time of their needs. Political competition. Political competition means the competition between different political parties contesting in elections. Elections are all about competition. Political competition takes place when different political parties compete to gain the confidence and the vote of the voters. They make promises and give incentives to motivate the voters to vote them. It means all the parties want to attract more and more voters towards them so that they can gain more and more votes and become a majority party to run the government. The electoral competition has many demerits, like it creates a sense of disunity and factionalism and party politics in every locality. It means they disunite people. Different political parties and candidates often use dirty tricks like booth capturing to win elections. The pressure to win electoral fight does not allow to form useful long-term policies. The competition leads to the idea of being dragged into unhealthy competition. That's the good people do not enter the party and participate in the political competition. It means they like to live away from political parties. It's not that political competition always has demerits. It also has some merits. Let's discuss them. First, regular electoral competition provides incentives to political parties and leaders. If they can satisfy the voters with their work, they will be able to win again. If a political party is motivated only by desire to be in power, even then it will be forced to serve the people. It reveals the real motive of political parties. It gives choices to voters to choose among the best. It means there are many parties, you can choose the best. In India, Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha elections are held regularly after every 5 years. After 5 years, the term of all the elected representatives comes to an end. Elections are held in all constituencies at the same time, either on the same day or within a few days. This is known as general election. Sometimes election is held only for one constituency to fill the vacancy caused by death or resignation of a member. This is known as by-election. This is the pattern of election followed in India. Now, let's discuss about electoral constituencies. In India, an area-based system of representation is followed where the country is divided into different areas for purpose of elections. These are called electoral constituencies. Every voter who lives in an area votes for one representative. For Lok Sabha election, India is divided into 543 constituencies. The representative elected from each constituency is called Member of Parliament or an MP. For Vidhan Sabha election, each state is divided into a specific number of assembly constituencies, and the elected representative of each assembly constituency is called Member of Legislative Assembly or an MLA. Each parliamentary constituency has several assembly constituencies within it. The same principle applies for panchayat and municipal elections. Each village or town is divided into different wards that are like constituencies. So, this is all about constituencies. Do you know what do you mean by reserved constituencies? To ensure representation of every section of society, our constitution makers made provision of reserved constituencies. Some constituencies are reserved for people who belong to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. In an SC reserved constituency, only someone who belongs to the SCs can stand for election. Similarly, only those belonging to the STs can contest an election from an constituency reserved for ST. A few seats in Lok Sabha are reserved for SCs and STs. This number is in proportion